Lamont Robinson's longtime dream is to create a permanent Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame right here in the city of Detroit. Right now, his R&B museum is a traveling exhibit with a large collection of rare music memorabilia. Nearly 200 artists have been inducted in ceremonies in Detroit, Ohio, and Mississippi, but Robinson is on a mission to house the Hall of Fame in the city with a rich musical history that encompasses R&B, gospel, jazz, and techno. He envisions a venue with a museum, a theater, a cafe, a library, and a gift shop. I'd like to welcome Lamont Robinson to American Black Journal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what a wonderful idea. Tell me how long you've been working on this.
Since 2010 is when I came up with the concept of it.
Yeah, and what inspired you to say, we need a R&B Hall of Fame here in Detroit?
Well, I'm actually from Cleveland. And I visited the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame many times, and I went there and I just seen just a little showcase for rhythm and blues artists.
Yeah, it's a little part of it.
A little part.
Right?
And I looked around the country, I see there's one for country music artists, but there's not one for rhythm and blues artists. You know, a lot of people get kind of off by Motown and Stax Museum. Yeah. But those are for their artists. You know, if you're on Motown, you'll be in there. If you're on Stax. So we needed a global museum to induct the Prince, the James Browns, the Jackie Wilsons, the Sammy Davis Jr.'s. So I came up with the concept and I've been pretty successful with it.
Yeah, and as I said, you've inducted a lot of folks
200
into this over the years. Tell me about those ceremonies.
Ceremonies, the last 4 have been here in Detroit. We started in 2013 in Cleveland and had just an overwhelming of people come from all over the country. This past year, June 3rd, we had it at the Charles Wright Museum, sold out. We had people come as far as Europe and Utah, and works out very well.
Yeah, So talk about why Detroit. Why you think this important monument to R&B belongs here?
This is the music capital of the world. You know,
no one will argue with that in Detroit, but maybe outside of Detroit they might.
Even before Motown, that's what inspired Berry Gordy to build Motown, well, to have Motown here. You have every genre of music. You know, now you have techno. So this is the music capital of the world. So why shouldn't the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame Museum be here in Detroit?
Is this something that you could see working with some of the other music museums? We have a lot of them already, as you pointed out, Motown and some of the others. Is this something that could be part of those?
I would love to. We have inducted a lot of Motown artists, about 18. We would love to join a partnership with some of the other entities of music. You know, people come from all over the world to come here just to step on the soil where the 20 grand was at. You still have a lot of variations of different monuments of music from the past, like the Fox Theater. United Sounds is still standing. So people come here to do documentaries. Burt's, we do a lot down at Burt's, and he has a showcase of a lot of history. So this is the city, and you know, a lot of artists from around the country, after our induction ceremony, said, Lamont, Detroit is the place.
Detroit is where
you know, I talked to a lot of cities, but I moved here from Cleveland, met my wife, which is Cheryl Ruffin Robinson, the daughter of David Ruffin. She's my president, and I get a lot of support from the Ruffin family, and a lot of artists here in Detroit, you know, so this will be the home.
One of the things that I think about a lot, if you think about music history in Detroit, is not just the artists, but as you were talking about, sometimes the venues are super important, and then also the recording studios.
Exactly.
The music that was made here, whether it was by Detroit artists or not, is super important.
Very important. And you know, one of the things is that we're going to touch on the disc jockeys, radio personalities, the promoters, the producers, the unsung heroes. You know, a lot of times if you don't have a million seller back to back, you get overlooked and you're not inducted. We have inducted a vast variety of unsung heroes. The Mad Lads from Memphis. I don't really know who's the Mad Lads, but they were on Stax, and they deserve to go in. So we measure, you have to have 20 years to be inducted. And I think Aretha Franklin put in 20 years, and if a group that maybe not as known as Aretha Franklin, I think they deserve to go in as well. So we kind of spread it around, and We're looking to draw, once this is up, anywhere from 250 to 300,000 people a year because
Wow.
we have inducted Prince. You know, imagine a museum with all inclusive with all these entertainers. And then you got Motown that's doing what they're doing, and then everything else you have here in the city, which makes this place the perfect place. And then you got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, only, what, 3 hours away?
Not that far away.
So I'm looking at the region. When you come into this region, there's a lot.
Yeah. Tell me how you got really interested.
I got interested, really, my background is sports. I played with the Globetrotters, played with Meadowlark Lemon. I lived with them for 8 years.
Is that right?
And then I started my own team, the Harlem Clowns. But my parents, my mother was a great gospel singer and still sings in the city of Cleveland, and my dad was a big jazz buff. But I was a huge James Brown and Temptation fan.
Okay. Yeah.
And they used to take me to these things called matinees. I'm telling my age now. And we had a place called Leo's Casino, and my uncle was the trumpeter for Edwin Starr.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And we used to get these programs. And, you know, they would collect, and my grandparents, they would come here to the Fox to see Nat King Cole. And I looked up one day, and I had vested over $1 million worth of memorabilia that we take as a mobile museum. Wow. And we put it all together, and I said, look, we got to have the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. We federally trademarked it in 2014, and I moved here in 15.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's important, too, because I feel like some of this history is in danger of being lost.
It's being erased.
Right now, right. We're getting rid of, you think of the controversy over United Sound Systems, the building over there. If we don't sort of take affirmative steps to preserve this stuff, it's going to go away.
It's going to go away. And, you know, we want to get into the Detroit public schools. We want to take our exhibits in, as well as once the building is built, it'll be a 30,000 square foot, state-of-the-art, highly interactive museum. It just can't be your mom and pop museum with just things on the wall. We'll be out of business in 6 months.
Statues and things, right?
Yeah, so we will have some of those, and then we'll have a place to hold our own induction ceremonies, as well as a place for the youth to come. We would like to give each youth from the city of Detroit in the public schools an ID card to be able to come in a few times a year.
Yeah. How cool would that be?
I think is if we can get an instrument in their hand, maybe they won't pick up a firearm.
Right. And again, you never know when the next Aretha
right around the corner
is going to emerge from the
we have to
city.
develop that. Yes.
We know that will happen at some point. And connecting with young people on this issue and making sure they know what the history is here, I think makes a big difference. That's hard too.
We want them to know that Beyonce is standing on the shoulders of Aretha Franklin or Mary Wilson or Martha Reeves, who works with me closely. Yeah. We want to go back into the history of it. And one good thing about the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, we inducted over 200 people. We're never going to run out of people. Right. We're never going to run out of people.
Right. So, there's always somebody else.
We're coming back next year, Sunday, June 9th. And it's just great, man. It's just great. Yeah. And we turn it into the weekend, almost like the Concerts of Colors.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's our program for today. Thanks for watching. You can get more information about our guests at AmericanBlackJournal.org. And as always, you can connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you next time.
As American Black Journal looks ahead at the next 50 years, we want to hear from you, the viewers. Tell us what you think of this program and what you'd like to see on future episodes. Visit AmericanBlackJournal.org to take a quick survey and share your opinion. Thank you.